Hi, Gay here from Simply Savvy Web, and in today's video, which is the third video in the top 5 things you need to launch your website, I'm going to be talking about your branding and some tools that you can use for your branding for your website. Okay, now the first thing I'll say is that first impressions count. Okay, so this is why it's important to have a strategy around your branding. Okay, now ideally, if you can work with a graphic designer and get a logo built, and they can work with you on your brand guidelines and help you with your colors and fonts and everything, then that's great. Otherwise, you can do it yourself and make a decent job of it. Okay, so some things to remember when you're creating your website is to have a balanced layout, okay, a balance of text and images and white space. Okay, nothing worse than landing on a website with a huge wall of text. People just won't read it. Okay, same with images. The images that you choose need to be relevant to the context of the information that you have on the page that you're building, and the white space so it's not cluttered. Okay, plenty of white space just makes it easier to get around and read. Your colours should be complementary and have a good contrast, which makes it easy to read. Okay, dark colours, dark fonts on a light background, or light fonts on a dark background. Okay, just make sure that there's enough contrast there. Modern fonts, quite large fonts, make it easy to read, and also use good quality images, and logo must be in good quality. Okay, makes a big difference in the impression that you portray. Also maintaining consistency. Okay, so when you're choosing your colors, generally stick to 2 or 3, okay, not too many, and keep it the same sort of color scheme across the whole site. Okay, and fonts as well across the whole site. Now the easiest way to do that is using WordPress. I talk mostly here about WordPress. You can use your theme settings to set your colors and fonts up front, okay, so that you don't need to set them on each page. Okay, it'll automatically flow through to each page if you use your theme settings correctly. How you do that will depend on your theme, okay, and there's thousands of themes out there. Save your color codes. So in a website you use hex codes for your colors. Okay, so once you've chosen your colors, make sure you know your hex codes, and then it's quite easy to use them throughout. If you're using Canva, in the Pro version of Canva, they have a branding kit where you can save your logos, save your colors, save your fonts. It makes it very easy when you're creating your images with Canva. Okay, so some of the tools that I recommend using for your fonts and colors and images. Now, Google Fonts, Google has a huge range of fonts, and some very nice fonts that you can choose from, and they're free. Okay, so if you go to Google Fonts website, so fonts.google.com, and you can search and get ideas for your fonts that you'd like to use. And most WordPress themes will allow you to use Google Fonts. Okay, if not, then you can actually use a plugin that will allow you to use Google Fonts, so it's actually quite easy. For your colors, there are various color palette generators. Canva is a good one to use, and there's also another one called Coolors, which is quite fun. And in the next couple of slides, I'll show you some screenshots of those. And for images, there are quite a number of sites that you can get free images from. Never just search on the internet, do an image search on Google and grab images off the internet, okay? You can get caught by violating copyright doing that. Make sure you get them from a reputable site. Okay, so the free sites that I often use are Unsplash, Pixabay and Pexels, and of course there's other sites that you can buy your images from which have better quality images. especially if you're using stock images. Okay, so let's just have a little look. So this is Google Fonts. So you can see here I've typed in here. You can type your text, whatever text you want to use, just to see what it's going to look like. You can here I've selected the handwriting type. You can select serif, sans serif, display. So and you can have a play around, and you can select a font and then see what it looks like with other fonts as well. I recommend on your website having generally no more than two. You can have one font for your headings and another font for your main body text, and perhaps you could throw in a more fancy font to use just in the odd place, just sort of, yeah, not too much. Be careful and make sure that it's easy enough to read. Okay. This is Canva. So Canva has a lot of resources when it comes to branding. This is their sort of color area. They have a color palette generator. They have a color wheel. You can look up color meanings. So a lot of information there about colors. Okay. And the other one I use for colors is, this is Coolors. So COOLORS. And you can upload an image, and Canva will let you do this as well. Upload an image, and then it will generate palettes for you based on that image. Okay, you can use this slider, and it will show you different palettes. And okay, so if you'd like to, if you have any questions, you can connect with me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can go to my website there to get in contact. Okay, see you in the next video.